Uh, Hi, TM Alex. There is some issue that due to some recording, the report was not tweaked properly. So at the end, we will share the report.
All right, thanks, Keshav. Thank you. We will wait for the report. And to take the meeting ahead, we have a very special person who is our Division I Director, a passionate Toastmaster, and a retired software professional and a passive income expert. That's a great combo, I believe. I'm sure all of us would love to have that kind of a title, retire early and start the passive income. And so let's welcome Division I Director DTM Priyank as our Toastmaster of the day for this special meeting. Welcome DTM Priyank onto the stage. Thank you.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Alex. Am I audible and visible? Thank you. I am the
Yes.
Toastmaster of the day for today's meeting. It is usually called as the MC in other events. Today is a special meeting, so the structure is a bit different. Usually in any Toastmasters meeting, we will have 3 segments. The first segment will be a prepared speeches segment, where the members will prepare speeches based on their pathway projects, get it mentored from their mentors, and then deliver the speeches. The second section will be an impromptu speaking, which is called as table topics, where you will be given surprise topics on the spot and have to talk for 1 to 2 minutes. And the third section is the most important part of any Toastmasters meeting, where we provide the constructive evaluation and feedback for the prepared speakers to shine as the next level of their ability. Today being a special meeting, we will have the education session and table topics. For the education session, we have Toastmaster Arna Chugani. Before I introduce her, I would like to introduce the role player for today, timer Toastmaster Bala Murugeshan. Could you please brief about your role objectives for today's meeting?
Oh, thank you, Priyank. Being taken as the role of a timer, I would like to give a brief about we have guests and we also have new members joining. So greetings, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As a timer, I will time the table topics, speakers, formal speeches, and the evaluation. I will also alert speakers of the time they have left using the green, yellow, and red cards, which denotes specific time remaining. Table topics should limit the remarks to no more than 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will raise the green card. Might be like green card, then followed with an amber and a red card. So this gives a time frame for the speakers to align with their thing. Those giving speeches should limit the remarks to their specific speech times. Icebreaker speech, we don't have any, but should be 4 to 6 minutes in length. At 4 minutes, I'll raise the green card. At 5 minutes, I'll raise the yellow card. And at 6 minutes, I'll raise the red card. Most other speeches should be 5 to 7 minutes in length. At 5 minutes, I'll raise the green and then followed with an yellow card at 6 minutes and a red card at 7 minutes. The individual evaluation should be between 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I'll raise the green card. At 2 minutes, 30 seconds, yellow card. And at 3 minutes, I'll raise the. So I would give the report once I handle all the minimum notes. And then when asked for, I will share the reports. Over to you, Priya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bala, for briefing about the timer's objectives. Toastmaster Bala is an ex-chartered accountant and is a Toastmaster since 2011. Thank you for sharing the timer's role. The education session is placed for 20 minutes. So I think 15, 18, and 20 would be a good indication. Green at 15, yellow at 18, and at 20. Is that fine, Arna? Thank you. With that, we will get started with the education session for today. To present the education session for today at Wake Up Chennai Toastmasters Club, we have an eminent Toastmaster, a long-time Toastmaster, Toastmaster Arna. Toastmaster Arna sees her career trajectory as one of connecting the dots. She is a chartered accountant by qualification who has now shifted her career trajectory, working in the space of well-being, leadership development, and leadership research. She works as a project manager for an intensive senior leadership development program at the global management consulting organization Egon Zender. Anna has been a Toastmaster between 2010 2018, and she returned to the fraternity after a short break last year. She was the first runner-up in the district evaluation contest in 2012, the second runner-up in the district table topics contest in 2013, and a district finalist at the international speech contest in 2013. She was the charter president of Chennai Speakers Forum in 2011 and has served as area director of Area A3. She is keen to deepen her journey of being an empathetic listener, a passionate speaker, and a leader who empowers. With that introduction, I would like to hand over the podium to Toastmaster Arna Chugani. One more chapter, glimpses of my Toastmasters journey. One more chapter, glimpses of my Toastmasters journey, Toastmaster Arna Chugani.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Priyank, for that wonderful introduction. And my apologies, I forgot to edit my introduction to say I returned to the fraternity actually in 2020, not last year. My apologies for that. Priyank, can I just check if I'm properly audible? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, great. All right. Good morning. Wake up, Chennai Toastmasters Club. It is so nice to see a few of you after just a few days. Alex called me this morning to say, are you awake? Do you need some coffee? And I had to tell him, yes, I've been awake since 5 a.m. because I was eagerly looking forward to this session as well. It would be great if we can have a few more cameras turned on. It's just because it's a 20-minute session and I don't want this to be a monologue from my end. So it would be great if a few of you turn on your cameras and if you could respond with your facial expressions. I think that's the practice. For education session speakers, the practice is how do you put content into 20 minutes? For audience, the practice is how do we give facial expressions so that the education session speaker knows whether they're doing a good job or not. So I'm going to be counting upon you for that. Good morning, everybody, and thank you once again for being with me in this session. Before we start, I'd like to know if any of you have any specific questions, any specific concerns about your Toastmasters journey where you're feeling, I'm stuck at this point, there's something I'm not able to move forward with, I feel like I'm plateauing. Anybody with any specific questions that you would like me to address in this session?
Especially new joiners can add some thoughts.
I wanted to attend more so that I learn more, and I need to know how do I make a track of it.
You would like to learn more. Did I have that right, Bala? What is it that I can learn? How much more can learn?
Yes, please. Yeah. How much more?
Great.
This is a chance where it's a platform where we need to upgrade and then move ahead. So how is that we can go faster?
Fantastic. Thank you, Bala. And thank you for listening to the passive aggressive tone of your president and asking a question. I am very glad you did. Anybody else with any other question? Bala would like to learn what are the opportunities that we could learn from.
How do we inspire a person to complete icebreaker to the next speech in a systematic manner?
As a leader, you mean, Alex?
Yeah, both. Sometimes I am also not giving speeches, so I am also a culprit here.
Yeah, great. And I'll just pause for 2 more seconds if there's any other question, and then we proceed.
Yeah, I do have a question. Being a Toastmaster for a little while, a few years, I'm still not clear on how one can become a DTM.
What's the path for the DTM? Okay, great.
What are the base qualifications to become a DTM?
Yeah. I will do my best to answer that within the time we have, Jen. If not, I will send you a link that has more details, but we'll do our best to cover a little bit of that from a more technical standpoint.
I have a question as well. This is Aarti.
Yes. Hi, Aarti.
So after a few years in Toastmasters, I think some of us might end up in a state of stagnation. And maybe that's the reason some people do not choose to continue their Toastmasters journey. So what are options that we as leaders can show those people who have been in Toastmasters for a while, but are not sure what else I can do in Toastmasters. So
Wonderful.
that's pretty much.
How do we avoid the plateauing? And what next after the plateau? Yeah, great. Thank you so much, everyone. We'll do our best to cover a lot of this within the 15 minutes that we have. Since many of you spoke about what's the opportunity available within Toastmasters itself, is there anybody who would like to share some of the opportunities? Public speaking, we all know, so I'll take that one off your plate. We know public speaking, so let's remove that off your plate. Public speaking, what else can we learn in Toastmasters? And we can use the chat function as well. Sorry?
Leadership quality.
Public speaking, leadership. Great. What else?
Networking.
Networking. Wonderful, Bilal. I was looking for that. Networking. Fantastic. Anybody else? Writing beautiful introductions about oneself. Thank you, Priya. I think Priya has a lot of experience with needing to give introductions to many different people every other day. And at some point, you're fed up of listening to your own introduction. So you need to write a variation of introductions. But that brings me to an important point, which is writing. We don't often think of Toastmasters as providing the opportunity to develop the skill set of writing, but everything that we do needs to be written. So writing is another one. Elias, is that how I pronounce your name?
All right.
Elias, thanks so much. How do we make it less serious and more playful? I love that question. Wonderful. Okay, so we're back to public speaking, leadership, networking, writing, anything else? Anything else that you have learned that you have come across? I love it, Keshavan. I love it. Listening and perseverance. That's one of the huge aspects of Toastmasters that we actually always fail to account for when we think of what is it that we're learning from Toastmasters, because listening is such an important attribute. Wonderful. Perseverance. Love that. What else? Anybody else with anything more that we have not covered here?
Patience.
Patience. And now we're getting into what Toastmasters can provide us beyond skill sets, right? Beyond the skill set of speaking and body language and vocal variety. What else is Toastmastering offering us? We heard listening, we heard perseverance, we're hearing patience. That's wonderful. Priyank says contesting. So contesting as well, which helps you look at it as to how you're doing when you are on stage with many other speakers who have also been on this journey for a while. Wonderful. Confidence. I love that. Again, we're going into what is beneath the skill sets. Wonderful. Anybody else? Punctuality. Absolutely. I've known in my office that if there is a meeting at 7 and Atra's not there by 7:01, it means they need to call me and check if things are okay or not, because that's something I've developed essentially very much through Toastmasters. Wonderful. Punctuality and time management. Anybody with anything interpersonal speaking, interpersonal relationships? Anybody's observed a difference bringing you out from your comfort zone? Love it, Keshav. Pillar awareness as to especially your accounts. I mean, yeah, grammar, accounts, great. Fantastic. And the other one I'm going to add to the mix is just a better interpersonal engagement. I have personally learned, and we'll talk a little bit about that. Bilal says event management. Wonderful. And so let's look at this very beautiful chart that I'm not eligible to share my screen. So if someone could give me access to share my screen, that would be super helpful. Thank you. We'll look at this beautiful, thanks so much. Thanks so much, sir. We look at this beautiful chart, and this was not prepared by me, so I take no credit. This was actually prepared by TI itself, that talks about, has anybody heard about the Maslow's hierarchy of needs? Those who studied it in school very long time ago, decades ago, Maslow's hierarchy of needs that talks about the evolution of needs as one evolves in life as well. TI prepared something called the Toastmasters hierarchy of needs, which I don't see it as a hierarchy, so I don't see it as structured as this. It always blends into one another, but I always love looking at this when I think of my mentees' needs in Toastmasters. So we'll start from the bottom, and I'm going to ask some people to read that out so that everybody could. Vignesh, since you just turned off your camera, I'm going to ask you to read the very first layer. Off you go, Vignesh.
Okay.
Can we start from the bottom? You read this and read also the example by the side.
Yeah. Basic, the most basic needs vital to survival. Example, overcoming the fear of public speaking.
Wonderful. The most basic needs that we need in order to be the most basic reason why most of us even join Toastmasters, overcoming the fear of public speaking. Anybody experience that with your Toastmastering journey, overcoming the fear of public speaking? Okay, wonderful. I was one of those privileged people who had done a bit of public speaking before I joined Toastmasters. So I essentially didn't have a fear of the stage, but I had a fear of attempting different kinds of genres of speaking. So when I came to Toastmasters, I knew how to speak. I could fill in that stage time if needed. But if you asked me to be a little bit engaging and entertaining and humorous on stage, I would feel my system fill up with a lot of fear. I was what you call the sing-song voice. My mentor used to call it a sing-song voice. Good morning, everybody. My name is Arna, and today I am going to be talking to you about the benefits of public speaking. That was me when I joined Toastmasters. And so you would have heard me for 10 minutes, but you would have essentially got bored out of your wits. But the minute my mentor said, hey, do you want to start trying out a few entertaining, engaging speeches? My body filled up with fear and I was like, no, I cannot do it. Please don't ask me to do this. Please spare me from this. Please don't even make me try. And then he pushed me to try out a humorous speech, and that completely changed the way I viewed Toastmasters as well. That changed the way I viewed what I can receive from this fraternity and what I can receive from this forum, because suddenly a whole new world of public speaking opened up in front of my eyes that I had not even thought of. So essentially, this forum is not just to make you better at what you're good at, it's also to introduce you to what you're not so good at, so that you can experiment and try it out and then find your own unique style of speaking. So for those of you who ask, what is it that I can learn? I would really suggest that you take one thing at a time, take public speaking at a time, and ask yourself the question, what am I already good at that I can continue learning? And what am I not so good at that I would like to experiment with in this forum? And I really encourage all of us to experiment with a new genre of public speaking that you may not have experimented with before. For those of you who asked about plateauing as well, sometimes we just don't look at the number of genres of public speaking that's possible that's just possible for a speaker. How many of you have ever attempted or heard of a speech which was in the genre of horror? Anybody?
Most of my speeches after the speech are horror.
I mean, the genre itself is of horror. I once heard a speaker. The speaker did this speech where before the speaker started, he asked the sergeant at arms to turn off the lights in the hall. So all of the lights were turned off as the TMOD was reading out his introduction, as he went on stage and attempted to do an entire speech which was around the like a thriller, suspense, mystery, horror genre. What a fantastic creative approach to trying to learn something new. Because you have to engage your body, you have to engage your voice to an extent that you cannot do in other genres. So I encourage all of you to expand your creative scope, especially when you feel like you're feeling plateaued and you're not feeling inspired, like you said, Alex. You sometimes don't feel inspired because you're doing the same thing again and again. So at that time, the question to ask yourself is, what's new? What's different? What have I not tried out before? And then try it out here. It doesn't matter at the end of the day if you fail. All right, let's go back to this chart and let's see somebody who's Keshavan, would you be able to read out the next layer for us?
Sure.
Yes, let's go.
So, social
We're not yet
need,
done safety.
we have not done safety, right?
Yes.
Okay. The need to be safe and secure. Safe, supportive club environment.
That's another massive purpose that Toastmasters helps us solve for, which is the ability to be able to belong. Sometimes it's not just about a skill set that you're learning. It's also about how you feel within the space that you are in. And so for those of you who are looking for such a space, sometimes it's about being in that space and just knowing that you belong. And for those of you in a leadership capacity, if you can offer that space in the form of your club culture to your members, that's another massive lesson that we can learn from Toastmasters. I joined the fraternity when I attended as a guest when I was 17 and a half, and I joined when I was 18. And I actually never went to college. I did my chartered accountancy in the form of a long distance education. I never had the opportunity to be a part of a college environment, build friendships at that age where you really look for a lot of safe friendships. And Toastmasters essentially helped me belong. My club became like my second home. It became like the place like I could build friendships with. I could, through my speeches, I could share a lot about what's going on in my brain and actually try to make sense of this massive mystery that we call life. And so for me, Toastmasters became a lot more than just an educational organization. It also became a fraternity for me. And so for those of you who are in that stage of life where you're looking for that, I would really suggest that you find that space within your club or you offer that space to your members in whichever capacity you can. Simple things like even nodding at a speaker when they're doing something or when they're feeling stuck, encouraging them, or going after a meeting and offering feedback to a member are all contributors to making this space for yourself and for your members. So safety, a safe club environment is another massive opportunity that we have in this fraternity. All right. Daniel, are you around? Can you read the next one for us?
Yes.
All right. And that's social. If you could take that, please.
Yeah, esteem, right? Yes.
Social.
Yes, sorry. Social, the need relating to other people. Example, friendly, welcoming fellow members.
Does anybody have any experience where an other member made you feel like you've developed your social skills through this fraternity? Somebody made you feel welcomed?
What was your question, Arna?
Does anyone have any experience where you feel like you were welcomed and that developed the way you are also socially?
You developed the social skills.
Yeah. Someone said networking here. Networking is a big opportunity within. Bilal, wasn't that you?
Yes, correct. I was the one who said that.
How does networking help you? And what experience do you have with networking?
Okay, so I used to visit multiple clubs, Arna. So whenever I go to a new club, as you said, I feel welcome. So Toastmasters is a place where no matter which club you join, you will be welcomed and you'll be asked to introduce yourself to the club members at the start of the meeting. So that's where you go to different clubs and meet new people and get to know what are the challenges they face and what they are doing in Toastmasters. So that's where you get to learn new stories and new
Yeah.
lessons.
Wonderful. Absolutely. And that's such an important aspect about Toastmasters. as well. Siva says half of the members encourage. I'm going to ask about those half of those members only, Siva. But networking is networking is such an important aspect. I actually used to frown down upon networking quite a lot when I started off my Toastmastering journey, because I was like, what does networking even mean? Like, should I just go and talk about what I do? I was not very great, and still I'm not great at networking at all. But Toastmasters helped me change the way I actually thought about networking. The whole aspect of when will another person remember you when you actually take the care to listen to them and ask them about their own life, and not just go up there, share your own agenda, give your visiting card and walk away. Nobody's going to remember. But they're going to remember you when you have a conversation where they feel heard and they feel cared for, and so do you. And that's a skill set, that's a social skill set, which is very, very important, which I have tried to learn here and take back to my workplace as well, because that ends up being so important. I was part of, when I went on for my job, I was in an organization which is an outsourced company of a main company. So if those of you worked in such a setup, you know that if you're outsourced and then you're working for a global organization, one of the big aspects is how do you create networks with the global organization so that you land some projects as well, because projects are not offered to you in a plate. You need to land some projects as well. And at that time, I really used a lot of the skill sets that I had in Toastmasters. One of the ways I did it is by organizing one-on-one catch-up sessions. And in those catch-up sessions, I thought of it as if I was attending a conference and I was meeting somebody for the first time, how would I get to know this person? What would I ask them? What questions would I ask them? How would I show curiosity about their life? And that's something that I implemented at my workplace, and that ended up with actually having some really interesting results. I really managed to build a beautiful network of credibility that was rooted in a lot of care in my organization as well. So I really encourage you to look beyond the whole idea of this is to look beyond public speaking and leadership. We all know. But there is so much more that the organization has to offer, one of it being social skills and networking as well. We're going to run through the last two. I will read the next one. The next one is esteem, the need to be acknowledged, for example, recognized for a fantastic speech. Every one of us has the need to be recognized. It's a very human need. It's a very human need to be recognized. And the fact that Toastmasters provides a no judgment space of an opportunity where you can be recognized in multiple different aspects, be it through applause, be it through the power of even listening. The fact that all of you are listening here for a 20-minute speech that I'm doing, I don't think I would have ever had that opportunity or that platform for people to listen to me speak for 20 minutes about my journey. So it could be through that. It could be, of course, through awards and acknowledgements and appreciations and certificates and a lot more. But the question I want to leave you here with is, are you also providing that opportunity for your fellow members? What are you doing in order to build those opportunities for your fellow members as well? And the last one on this being self-actualization, the need to realize your potential, the realization that you can, will, or already have overcome your fear. At some point of your Toastmasters journey, you move from the need to be recognized on the outside to actually realizing that you have some potential within yourself. And this, for me, is the tipping point that can potentially help a lot of members. But if you can stay on with the fraternity until you reach that, where you find that from within yourself, and let me explain what that means. I was working in a field of core finance, core numbers, core data. And it was at that point of time that I realized that that was not what I wanted to do in my life. I was not waking up in the morning feeling fulfilled. While I was good at my job, I was just not feeling fulfilled. And many different reasons, one of the reasons being Toastmasters, contributed into my understanding that I wanted to unleash more of my potential. my potential was not being tapped into, and I wanted to unleash more of that. And that's when I moved to the space of first delivering workshops and then moved into the space of leadership research, which is a completely different field, but a field that I essentially moved into because one of the reasons being, I saw that within this fraternity, I was able to unleash more of my potential. The way I felt on stage speaking to people, the joy I felt within me, the way my body felt when I was on stage and I was talking about content that truly mattered to me was not something that I was feeling when I was doing my finance job. And I wanted to feel more of it. And that's just my experience. Everybody's experience is different. For many members, some members have met their potential business partners in the Toastmasters fraternity. Some members have met mentors who have mentored them not just for public speaking and leadership, but for a lot of life lessons as well within this fraternity. Some members have met friends who have helped them see life in many different ways within this fraternity. For some people, it has been a shift in their career trajectory. For some people, it has been the shift in their relationships. For some people, it has been many different shifts that they have observed. But that's because we felt that there was this potential that is untapped that we can now begin to tap into through the help of this fraternity. And so for those of you who are in that stage when you feel, hey, there is something, I'm curious, I don't know what it is, there is something, but I feel like my potential is not tapped into. I highly encourage you to talk to your mentors, to talk to senior leaders within the club, to see what is it that I need at this point of time, and to ask yourself that question as well, because the opportunities are massive. It's just for you to find the spaces that you want at this point of your life. At one particular phase, for me, it was public speaking, and then it shifted to leadership, then it shifted to contesting, then it shifted to interpersonal relationships, then it shifted to self-confidence, then it shifted back to public speaking. But the beauty of this is there's always one more chapter that is left to be read, that is left to be discovered. All we need to know is that we need to know that there are many chapters and that we can access and read whichever chapter we want based on what we want at this point of our life. And I hope you find these many chapters. For inspiration, look up at the chat and you will see just the amount of opportunities that can be presented to you within this fraternity. As my mentor said, and I heard many years ago, I always keep remembering that. He said, and this is again, I think said by somebody internationally, but anyway, but they say that Toastmasters is like an ocean. If you bring a spoon to the ocean, you get a spoonful of water. If you bring a bucket to the ocean, you get a bucket full of water. If you bring a tank to the ocean, you bring a tank full of water. And so what you bring is what you manage to receive from there. So just expand your awareness and bring a lot more to the table. You will receive a lot more in return. I hope that answers at least many of the questions. I know I'm conscious there is one question about what is the path to becoming a DTM. Alex, could we take that question? Take another 2 minutes to address that question. Okay. What is the path to becoming a DTM is one that we have not addressed. And Priyank and Alex, please feel free to add in if I am incorrect with my response. But basically, it is about completing 2 paths, that is 2 full paths. It is about serving as a club officer for 2 terms, plus as a district leader, which means an area director, division director, district leader, any of these for at least 1 term. And then we have to serve as a club coach or a club mentor, and also do what is called a high performance leadership project, which is a project that that's the final project that you do before getting your distinguished Toastmaster status. Priyank, Alex, was that right? Is there anything to add?
You have to complete 2 level, 2 pathways also.
Yeah, 2 pathways. Yeah, exactly. So thank you so much, Priyank, for putting that on chat. And so that's the journey towards becoming a DTM. For those of you who are aspiring for it from more of an educational lens, a certification lens, please do focus upon how can you complete these various requirements while also ensuring that you're learning in the process. I hope this answers questions and this gives you some food of thought to think about as you plan for your own Toastmastering journey. Thank you everyone for being with me this morning and wishing you a very lovely rest of the day. Over to you, distinguished Toastmaster Priyank.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arna Chugani. I didn't feel like 20 minutes had gone. Absolutely loved the content and the slides that you brought. Yes, I'm sure I started my journey in 2012 and still taking some buckets and buckets of water and not done with it. And hopefully many more members are also taking whatever, a spoon or bucket or tank. They're also continuing 5+ and Alex more than 18 years or 20 years and still not satisfied with whatever we have taken from Toastmasters. And day by day, the thirst is only increasing. And you are here, a long-time Toastmaster who came back. That itself is a testimony for all the other new Toastmasters to take more and more and add more and more to Toastmasters fraternity. Thank you for enlightening us on this Wednesday morning, early 7 a.m. It gives the spirit and courage to go for what is the next chapter for each one of us. With that, we will move on to the next section of today's meeting, table topic section. To lead the table topic section, we have an eminent Toastmaster, our very own Toastmaster Jaisankar, who is a fitness enthusiast and a shot put thrower athlete who has won at least 40 medals so far. He is a professional mainframe technology specialist. Without any further ado, I pass the control to the table topics master to run the table topic session. Over to you.
Thank you, TM Priyank. Well, all Toastmasters, a very fit good morning today to all of you. Let us start with the table topic session today. And before starting, there is one small quote from me. Fitness is everything. Being fit makes us enthusiastic and live long and be happy. With this, we start. Any volunteers raising hand? I think ET. Yeah. Elios.
Hello.
Elios.
Hi.
Yeah. Yeah. Hi. Yeah. Could you please pronounce your name?
Yeah, you mentioned it right. E.T.
Elios. Elios. Okay.
Yes.
Hi, Elios. The tabletop question for you is: why is fitness important and necessary? Why is fitness important and necessary? Elios.
Fitness ya. Can you repeat?
Fitness, exercise.
Oh, okay. I'll start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters, how do you feel after exercising? Maybe you feel fresh, or you feel hungry, or you're feeling both fresh and hungry. Well, fitness is important for us because it is our basic needs. We need to sleep, eat, and exercise. If you cannot have enough sleep, 6 to 8 hours, and you haven't enough food for the calories, for the nutrition, the one thing that you can balance off it by doing exercise or fitness. And here is top 5 reasons that why fitness is important. And number 4 will make you surprised. Number 1, fitness is important because it is like our daily routine. If you program our body into, well, like the systematic, you will remember it every single time. Number 2, fitness makes us have an activity something that we are looking for. Like if you are not exercising for today, maybe you feel something is missing in your life. Number three, in fitness or in the gym, you can find someone that you can talk to. You can have to recharge your social battery if you're extrovert. Number four, well, since it will make you surprised, I will tell you later, but I will skip to number five. Fitness is important because it can help us to be healthy, not only healthy in mind, but also healthy in body. So, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Toastmasters, here it is the top five why fitness is important. And if you're still wondering why there is no number four, because yes, I will keep you surprised and make you wondering what is number four. Back to you.
Thank you, Ilus, for your wonderful speech. And the next topic, I see volunteers. I can go to Toastmaster President Alex. Can you take up the topic?
Yeah, sure. I see my hands were raised. Yeah, thanks.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Toastmaster Alex, your topic is practicing fitness exercise in indoor or outdoor, which is effective and good way. Practicing fitness exercise indoor or outdoor, which is effective and good way.
All right, thanks, Table Topic Master. Practicing fitness indoor, outdoor, which is the best way? I think practicing fitness in the mind is the best thing you can achieve. Right, and I'm sure it sounds funny. And I'd like to share some thoughts on this. I've been reading about Michael Phelps. I'm sure most of you know the maximum number of gold medals by any individual in all categories in an Olympic is by Michael Phelps. So, what was so special about him? So, he used to practice something called visualization. I'm sure some of you know. It's a very simple technique. What you want in life, you visualize it. And he never used to practice just winning a gold medal or getting good moments in the Olympics. He used to practice even if you fail, what will he do? So in the mind, he will assume that he's going to fail, visualize himself as a failure, and how did he overcome it? So this is something which he practiced actively throughout his 365 days of practice, and that is seen as one of the reasons why he won a lot of gold medals. And to my personal example, I was dreaded of going to gym almost all my life. But I always wanted to be in the fitness world. I've been doing yoga and all, but of late people been telling once you're above 35, once you're above 40, muscle mass is needed, otherwise it will degenerate and things like that. But now the problem here is going to the gym, which you don't like it. So for almost 3 months, I've been visualizing in my head, okay, I am going to do it. I'm going to lift weights. I'm going to do push-ups. I'm going to do leg press, everything. And on March 4th, I joined fitness after a very long time. So last 25 sessions and almost with 95% of attendance, I've been doing it. So I believe the true fitness is about you believing and you seeing in your head that you're doing it because it's important for you, and you still go ahead and do it, and you get the results. So whether it's indoor or outdoor, I think first in the mind. Thank you.
Wonderfully said, DTM Toastmaster Alex. It's mind which needs to drive everything. Right. The next volunteer who raised the hand is Toastmaster Vigneshwar. So, Vigneshwar, here goes the topics for you. What do you prefer practicing? What do you prefer practicing fitness with coach advice or self-way? What do you prefer practicing fitness with coach advice or self-way? Toastmaster Vignesh.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jaisankar, for the wonderful topic. So, what I prefer, either coach or self-practice. I would say both coach and self-practice is needed. Without a coach, you don't know where to start and how you are progressing and where you are achieving the goals, what you intend to do. And the self-practice, if you have a coach and if you don't turn up for the fitness, then what's the meaning of having a coach And if you're not okay to do the fitness program, if you're not in a complete devoted way to the fitness, then what's the goal of having a coach and doing a fitness? So you need both a coach and you need to be also be self-prepared to do anything. So I would say both is important. And one more thing, consistency is one of the key things important in everything, in every aspect of our life. So as our distinguished Toastmaster Alex mentioned, imagination and consistency will go hand in hand. So if you need to start a fitness journey, just think of it in the first phase. And then if you are going to start it in a way and be consistent for a minimum of 48 days. Anything which is practiced for 48 days, it will become a routine for you and you will not come out of that routine. You will not come out of that routine very quickly if you follow it for 48 days. So I would say both coach and self-practice is needed. Over to table topic.
Wonderfully said, Toastmaster Vignesh. We will have to follow that. Definitely, a coach is a coach. Without a coach, doing something extensively might get into issue. Good, especially exercise. So the next volunteer, I would see that Toastmaster Daniel.
Yes, good morning.
Yep. Which sports do you like and why? Toastmaster Daniel, which sports do you like and why?
Okay, very good morning to all. So very nice question for me. If I talk about sports, I like many event. My basic sport is, my preference is about cricket. And apart from that, I used to be part of athletic events like running and jogging and many other this thing. But personally, I am more attracted towards the athletic event. Wherever I find there is a athletic marathon event is happening, I will be trying to part of it because that becomes passion now. So in the year 2017, I started, initiating this habit of running. Before that, I never been part of any playground or anything. But suddenly one fine day, I got inspired from one of my great leader. As a great person, he could able to spend time in the ground for morning 5:30 to 6 a.m. But I was thinking that why should not I be part of that journey? Then immediately I decided to go for a run initially. I was not able to run for even one ground itself, but I got fed up. Then I gradually tried myself. And after that, I could able to run for minimum at least 5 kilometers in a day. So that much great power I just built in myself, developed myself because of that inspiration from that leader. So with this topic, I would say that my preference would be about like sport like running event. And the next year in the 2018, there was a running competition in my company level. But my surprise, I got to achieve first prize in my 400 meters running. So everybody shocked. But that one year I got practice myself and continuously I could able to do that and I could achieve that great. So by concluding this, my preference would be about running event. Thank you for the opportunity.
Wonderfully said Daniel. And the next volunteer, Bilal Sharif. You're ready to take the topic, Bilal Sharif. Your
Yes.
question. Yeah.
Yes, Toastmaster Jaisankar.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Your question goes here, Toastmaster Bilal Sharif. Practicing fitness to be muscularly shaped or simply being fit, which is best according to you? Practicing fitness to be muscularly shaped or simply being fit, which is best according to you?
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jay Shankar, for that wonderful question. So I always believe that fitness is a journey. It's not like you go for a fitness, practice muscles, or you try to be lean for 1 year or 2 years, then you live it. I always believe that fitness is a journey. You have to be in this journey for your entire life. So coming to that particular question, like whether you have to prefer being muscular or lean, from my end, I believe that both are important. So to have a muscular body as well as if you want to become a lean, I was part of a particular gym where we had all types of formats. So it's a fitness center where you used to do yoga. If you're bored with yoga, we used to go for a boxing session, and if we are bored with boxing session, we used to do weightlifting. We used to do dance practice as well, fitness dance. So I've been part of different formats. So I always prefer that being lean or fit is almost it's a sufficient to be part of this fitness journey, and adding muscles or something is extra, I could say. So if you are able to do some physical activities like cycling or walking or running a marathon, if you are physically active, you can maintain your fitness. But if you want to go beyond and have muscles and be visually fit, in that case, many people, they used to train their muscles as well, and training the muscles and building muscles require extra efforts. So from my end, I could say that for me, like as I said, I used to do a lot of formats like boxing, dance, and HRX, HIT, and yoga. So I feel like physically fit is sufficient, and you maintain a very good health, all those stuff, and eat healthy food. And healthy food is something which is required whether you want to build your muscles or you want to be lean and physically fit. In both cases, plays an important role. So whatever physical activity do, contribute just 20 or 25%, other 75% comes from the food we eat. So we have to be very mindful of what we eat, whether we do physical activities or not. We should be aware like what we are feeding our body, because that's at the end of the day, that's the one which is contributing to all our fitness goals. So that I hand over to Toastmaster table topic master Jaishankar. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bilan. It's a wonderful speech. So yeah, good idea that you have. And the next question, anybody wants to speak? Toastmaster
Toastmaster
Murugesan,
Murugesh.
right? Murugesan. Yeah, Toastmaster Murugesan is already a doctor, and Toastmaster Murugesan. I mean, the question goes to you like this: practicing to be fit, what it gives you in return? Practicing to be fit, what it gives you in return? Toastmaster Murugesan.
Thank you, TTM, for giving this wonderful opportunity. So, the main aspect of this fitness is that everyone had told that it should be combined with our regular lifestyle. So, what we get is the main thing is we can mainly we can avoid this medical expenses actually, because the fitness, if you are having a good fit and if you're having a good sound mind, and also if you are really vibrant, and definitely it's you no need to worry about anything which is which in future you had some issues, or you have to meet the doctor, or you have some other issues, so everything will be balanced. And that is the main thing what we want. See, normally the prioritize what we are giving after the age of 40 is the health comes the first priority. Whatever you are financially you are doing good, and whatever your career doing good, so all this as age progresses, the health aspect comes in the first priority. So in that way, this is not like at certain age only we have to give concentration to the health. So at every stage health is important. So in that, the first priority we have to be so fit, and that definitely boost up our career, and will be so if you are having a morning proper exercise and proper diet, everything, that definitely have a consistent energy throughout the day. That everyone had that experience. So that really had a overall improve our performance, improve our caliber, and also improve everything in our life. So that much we have to give more important to the fitness, and avoid in future that type of anything which which because of our imbalance in your or any degrading in your health, no, that definitely gives a big thing to our health side. So definitely it makes a big sense of being a fitness. Thank you so much for giving this opportunity.
Wonderful, Dr. Toastmaster Murugesan, sir. Thank you. Our next question goes to Keshavan. Are you, Keshavan, Toastmaster Keshavan, are you ready to take the topic?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I am.
Wonderful. Yeah, the topic goes to you like this. Toastmaster Keshavan, relate being very fit and save the hard-earned money. Relate being very fit and save the hard-earned money. Toastmaster Keshav.
Thank you for the topic, Toastmaster Jay sir. It's a pleasure to speak on this topic. Relate to be fit, how to save. This is a lovely thing. So what I right from the childhood, I've been into physiotherapy for such a long time. Be till now, 34 years of my been into fitness only. So I relate how much ever have saved a lot. For example, if it is a nearly a amount to be prescribed, so that amount to be taken forward to a greater level. So if I have saved lot much of money relating to that, my health would have not been improved. If I concentrated on saving the money relating to my fitness, I feel that this won't be a better version of myself. So I believe relating to money and fitness, I I prefer fitness is more important than saving money. So when health is there, you can mint money, and in that sense, saving money is important, but at the same time, it should not be at the cost of fitness. So with this, I'm just passing the control over to you. Thank you, Toastmaster Jay.
Thank you, Keshavan, for your wonderful insight about fitness and the money. Definitely, if you're fit, you don't have to spend. Okay, so now spend money on the medical expenses. So that's the quote about it. So now can we have our guest Gayatri, Toastmaster Gayatri? Are you ready to take the topic, listening master Gayatri? Are you ready? Yeah, we are not able to hear you. Yeah, we are not able to hear you. Yeah, okay, fine. I think you are going with the topic. Your topic goes here like this, Toastmaster Gayatri. What is your advice for software professionals who struggle to get time to practice fitness daily? What is your advice for software professional who really struggle to get time to practice fitness daily?
Topic basically. Being in the industry, over the years, I realized that I was not giving proper time for my health, for my own well-being. Still, I remember the instant where after having a baby, so I was having a baby of 6 months at the time, I used to stretch for 12 to 13 hours every day. I used to sit in the dark room and I used to work. My eye power was very less at the time. There was no need to wear specs. But doing the same thing, like working in that room, and on weekends also, I tried to do some personal work in laptop. So I kept continuing that for 1 or 2 years. After that, I was unable to see anything when I went outside. I felt I was completely in that room, concentrating only on the work. Then I realized I have my eye power has increased drastically. Then I had to wear specs. And also I started getting some backbone issues. Then I realized I was not giving proper time and priority to my health. Instead, I was only focusing on my career. Then I started spending some 30 minutes every day, like in Zumba. I started going for gym too at that time. And I felt a lot of change in my body. I felt more energizing. I was able to concentrate in my work too. I could say like since we are running in a race, it will be very difficult for us to concentrate on our health. Recently, I bought cycle too. So wherever possible, I started riding my bicycle. I mean, whenever possible, I think we should try to give priority to our health and fitness. Just as walk. I used to prefer walking from my railway station to office every day. I won't take a cab. It will be like 1 kilometer. So I used to prefer that. So wherever possible, we should concentrate on our health and fitness. That's it from my end, Jason.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gayatri. It's a wonderful speech and a good advice that all the software professionals can take it. We can go for one more topic as per President Alex. So, any volunteers who has not taken the topic, Venkateshwaran or
Already, Gayatri has taken one more topic. Yeah, so we are on top of time.
okay,
Can
fine. Then we leave it. Then I think we can stop.
Yeah, can we wrap up the table topic session and pass the
Yeah.
control to the
Fine.
day?
Thank you, TM Priyang, and all the fellow Toastmasters attended. So, as an ending quote, let's practice fitness, be fit, and be cautious about maintaining the muscle mass, and have a prolonged and stretched practice and be fit. Thanks, and back to the TM Modi.
Thank you, Table Topics Master. Excuse me. For completing the table topic session in a very interesting and engaging way. Now we will move on to the reports from today's meeting. Can we first hear from the timer, Toastmaster Balamurugation?
Oh, thanks, TM Modi. I have a small note. I appreciate the older timers who are all taking up the roles. I found out how tough it is to manage the timing and then listen to all the interesting topics. It was very tough, and we had to do a lot of multitasking. Thanks for the Toastmasters to have all these roles, and art. It's an art of we doing a multitasking. So thanks to it. And coming to the report. Okay, the speaker, there was a small disconnection. So it was a 20-minute speech or a 25-minute speech. So at last we have identified it to a 25-minute speech. Arna had the speech for 25 minutes, followed with the table topics. Elios had it for 2 minutes 26 seconds. Alex had it for 2 minutes 8 seconds. Vigneshwar had for 1 minute 42 seconds. Daniel for 2 minutes 20 seconds. Bilal for 2 minutes 13 seconds. Murugesan for 2 minutes 23 seconds. Keshav for 1 minute 30 seconds. And Gayatri for 2 minutes 8 seconds. TM Modi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bala, for presenting the timers report. I think you're doing it for the first time, right?
Yes, please.
Thank you. Yes, definitely timer role is very tricky. And forget about the online, right? Go back to the in-person mode of showing the cards, right? You need to manage everything, show the time, manage the clock, and also you will be so keen to listen to the speeches, you will get lost. You might forget to show the cards. And you quickly show the green and then show the yellow. All that happens. Yeah, it improves over time. And thank you and standing ovation because we are all sitting here online.
Oh,
Standing
thanks.
ovation for taking up the role for the first time and a job very well done. Looking forward to you taking many more roles in the club and growing as a Toastmaster.
Sure. Thank you.
That I would like to move on and request our Sergeant at Arms to launch the poll based on the timers report. And may I call the listening master to conduct the listening master session.
Yeah, thank you, Priyank. 1 second. Being a good listener is just as important as a good speaker. I just realized how it is difficult to listen for the entire session without any deviation. Hope everyone was listening to the entire session. I have prepared few questions for you guys. So if you want to answer, maybe you can raise your hand or you can use your chat box. My first question goes, can you outline the different levels of hierarchy of needs? There were 5. Can someone list all those 5? Who wants to take up?
Basic
Your voice is
safety
not that clear.
esteem.
Sorry.
Basic safety esteem. And then,
Social
social.
self-actualization.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, correct. This basic, then safety, social, esteem, and self-actualization. Hope I'm audible. I was
The voice
outside
is
my home, so I'm not.
voice is slightly breaking, but it's okay, manageable.
Okay, thank you. Next, my question. What does safety represent in the hierarchy of needs? It was
Safety
written
is
on
the
the
second. Second. It is in the
safety
second.
and second. Yeah, it is in the second. And what it does mean?
It means the comfort factor.
It was
How
written on the screen.
comfort factor.
Oh, thank you.
Supportive
Right.
club environment.
Supportive club environment. Yeah.
Supportive club. Nice. Anyone else? Okay. Yes, right. Everything is correct. So it is a need to be safe and secure. That's what written, as well as he explained all those words that you have described already. And what is the topic of Arna's educational session? Can someone? Yes, Priyank. I think you have raised your hand.
One more chapter.
Okay. Anyone else?
One more chapter, glimpses of my Toastmasters journey.
Yes,
Actually, her
exactly.
title was actually the title was one more chapter, but somehow we have not mentioned only the second part.
Yeah. So both are correct. Thank you, Priyank and Alex. So let me move on to the next question. What is the job Arna has joined at the starting and felt it was not utilizing her full potential? Later, she switched her career. So what was this career?
Chartered account.
Cool. So let me move on to the next question. Who was the TTM for today? Table topic master for today.
Toastmaster Jaisankar.
Okay, cool. Yeah, right. That's perfectly correct. And can you confirm the table topic that was spoken by Vignesh? Vigneshwar, TM.
Whether having a
Uh,
coach or just having a personal trainer or not having a personal trainer, and he said both are needed.
Yeah, that's correct, Priyank. Thank you. I think everybody was listening to everything. Yeah. So what sports does TM Daniel like?
Running.
Athletics. Yeah.
Athletics.
Right.
Marathon.
Yeah, correct. Exactly. So, who spoke about the topic practice to be fit? What gives you in return?
Dr. Murugesan.
Yeah, that's correct. I think that's it from my end. These are the questions I have prepared. I know it will be very difficult to listen to each and every sentence and to be very present in the meeting. I think everybody has done that. Let's be all good listener. I also realized how important it is to be a good listener. I'll also make sure to listen to the entire session moving forward without any deviation. I'll try to practice it more. Thank you. Back to the Toastmasters. Priyanka.
Thank you, listening master. Excuse me, sorry about that. I'm having a sore throat. Thank you, listening master, for conducting the listening quiz fantabulously. I would like to thank all the role players and the education speaker and hand over the control now to the presiding officer, President of Wake Up Chennai Toastmasters Club, Distinguished Toastmaster Alex Jagab. Over to you.
Thank you, DTM Priyank, for this wonderful Toastmaster of the Day role. Thank you. So, big round of applause to our role players. Toastmaster of the Day Priyank, our timer Bala, who's doing it for the first time, of course, our educational speaker who is not with us now, but she did a phenomenal job. Our table topic master Jay and our definitely listening master Gayatri. Thank you so much. So we'll have a quick feedback from our guest. Elios, would you like to share some thoughts?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead, please.
Okay, can you see me?
Yes.
Okay, I'll start. It's always good to start our day with Monday morning, if by joining Toastmasters meeting, because it is like my what we call it, like recharge. How I recharge my social battery is joining Toastmasters meeting, because I can find so many people all around the world. And yes, it is a good meeting, and I really love the spirit. And the club name itself is Wake Up Chennai. It is like you're doing the wake up call to your city. So you are doing this meeting in early morning, and I think it is already around almost 9 there in your place. It's already almost 10 here in Indonesia. So yes, that's very good, because it is training our brain to start our daily activity with positive activity. And I heard some of the club is also having like breakfast club meeting. It is like around 5 a.m. They are doing this for 5 a.m. club. Maybe you heard about it from Robin Sharma. And yes, I hope that all of us here can have a good day for the day. Back to you, TTM Alex. It's a good meeting, actually.
Thank you, Elios. Thanks a lot. Today was our special meeting where we have a special education session at table topics only, whereas our regular meeting is on next week. Kindly attend the regular meeting as well. Thank you so much. Now, may I request Keshan, our club secretary, to read out the secretary report of the previous meeting?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Minutes of the meeting 6:21 and 3:14. A meeting over Zoom was started by Saranatham's Toastmaster Satish at 7:30, followed by the President's address by Presiding Officer DTM Alex, President DTM Alex Jacob, Vice President Education TM Sivakumaran, Vice President Secretaryship Membership TM Satish Kumar, Secretary TM Keshav was present. Members TM Satish Kumar, Sivakumaran, Navneet Krishnan, and TM Aarti, TM Arna, Jyotsna, and Divija was present, and general evaluator Arun Vignesh and Manoj and everyone was present. CF members were present. And speaker one, Toastmaster Shivakumaran delivered his speech on the art of manifestation, and followed by the evaluation of the Toastmaster Aarti. And then speaker two, Digvijay's speech, the EAT framework, was delivered an energetic speech, was evaluated by Toastmaster Vasan. And Toastmaster Manoj's speech on missing piece was evaluated by Toastmaster Satish Kumar. And Toastmaster Arna's speech, We Need to Talk, was evaluated by DTM Alex Jacob. And post that, an analytic table topic session was conducted by TM Vinod, followed by the role plays and club awards. The best speaker was Toastmaster Shivakumaran, and the tag role was given to our counter, Divija. Over to you, Presiding Officer Alex Jacob. Thank you so much.
Best evaluator was Aarti, and best table topic speaker was, I'm not sure, we need to check. So kindly fill in those details also. So please mention that was a joint meeting between.
Okay,
yeah, please mention that was a joint meeting between Chennai Speakers Forum and Wake Up Chennai Toastmasters.
Will do, sir. Will amend it.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Vignesh, are the results ready?
Well, the results are ready. So today table topics speakers winner is Toastmaster Murugesh.
All right. So where is Toastmaster Murugesh? The Smile Garden. Evergreen Smile, Dr. Murugesh. So big round of applause. All right. So we had a wonderful session today. So let's gather for our next regular meeting, and Shivakumaran will be requesting you for the various roles. Kindly vote in for the different roles and take up roles. So thank you so much. And with this, I adjourn meeting number 315 of Wake Up Chennai Toastmasters, and we'll have a quick photograph. Thank you.
Yeah. So whoever could able to turn on the video, kindly turn on so that they can count it. 3, 2, 1. It was good to see all the videos turned on today.
Bilal is introduced one more guest.
Future Toastmaster.
Yeah, done.
Thank you. Thanks once again.